API approved trainer on 4 methods: pressure vessel inspection, piping inspection, reef-space inspection, and storage tank inspection. And mind you, these are courses that we provide as a API U provider or for fundamental courses. They are not aimed at leading to certification because of the conflict of interest. We are also CPD accredited. You know that from 1st January 2022, if you want to recertify, you need to show that you have gone through some courses, webinars, meetings, classes, and you should have some CPD credit hours. So we are accredited provider. And this particular course, we present in 2 ways. One is the full course and one is the mock exam package. Now, if you understand these codes and recommended practices, which are part of the publication effective sheet, and then you can go for our cheaper version. And remember that API codes, recommended practices, they are not for training purpose. So even if you write to them, you ask them for explanation, they are not going to answer it, because the purpose of those codes and recommended practices is totally different. They are not written to train you. They are written so you can use the industry experience and know the basic rules and regulations. Okay, and those have been accumulated over, say, ASME Section 8 is 104, 105-year-old code. So over 105 years, thousands and thousands of engineers and all these lessons learned has actually accumulated there and came to that. And it has written to encompass all aspects. So it's legal, you could say. It's difficult to read and understand. So, but still, if you can understand it, all this recommended practice and where to use and apply them, okay, so you can go for our mock exam. But in our full course, we are a CPD accredited provider. So when you get this, you get a certificate of completion, 60 CPD credit hours. And this course would teach you the A to Z of the exam. So it's 8 hours of video, 24 sets of flashcards, which is the highlights of all these important questions, 32 lessons, and 1,300 mock exam questions and quizzes and practice tests. 120 days, 24/7 course access with online support. You can see here our online support here. If you have a technical query, you can ask me. I'm Ash. And the general query goes to Mosca, and Masood is our access and IT manager. So if you have any access problem, you can contact us, him. So we have explained here all these modules, what they are. And we have designed these questions in line with API spirit of examination, okay? So the basic facts I told you, you can see here, is free for all. You just need to register a free account with us, and we have a benchmark quiz. And body of knowledge and scoring area is here. So you can watch our video again for free, or watch it on YouTube. So the module 3 is about the section 5, non-destructive examination. We have made an introduction here, what this NDT is all about, what are the general requirements, and all the popular NDT method that you will be asked. And this is just sufficient for you to pass the exam. It's not for an NDT examiner, okay? So if you are an NDT examiner or a welding inspector or a coating inspector, don't read too much into question. There would be very basic questions. Now, API has 4 levels they have identified. One is the entry level, the basic level that you will be tested during the exam, the supervisory level, and the mastery level. So you will be asked very basic question. You should know the very basic. So that's why you need to read the vocabularies and understand what they are about. And we also put flashcards, so the highlight of the possible question that might come. And also we provided practice questions. So just to cross-check yourself to see that you have actually understood what is this about. We put it in a very simple language and with lots of pictures. So ASME section 9, welding procedure, welder qualification, welding materials. All you need to know from the inspection perspective. So if you are a welding engineer, you don't read too much into these questions. They are from in API inspector's perspective, this question. They are very basic questions. So as I said, you should know what a welding procedure looks like, what are essential, non-essential parameters, what are supplementary essential, say if the Sharpie test involved, heat input involved, preheat or control heating during welding, what is the welding materials, consumables, and the welder qualification, and etc. Welding inspection, the processes, the 8 process that is there in 577. Welding inspection, the basics of welding inspection and visual inspection, and we brought lots of PowerPoint presentation with pictures again here with flashcards and practice questions. So you know the overall. If you don't have much experience as a welding inspector, you would get sufficient knowledge to answer the question. And then the damage mechanism. This is more than what all our lessons are actually commensurate with the number of questions come. So if not many questions come, we don't go that much deep. If there is, say 510, we have explained it like with too much detail because you should see a lot of questions there, okay? But for 571 damage mechanism, I know many people face difficulties, so we brought lots and lots of pictures here. That should be sufficient for you to answer, and we brought a whopping 5 sets of questions, so you should be able to answer all the questions. And we brought ASME section 8 by topics and by part number, which is by clause number, whatever, with flashcards. And then from here, so once you know the basics of rules for construction of pressure vessel, we went to inspection of recommended practice for inspection practice of the pressure vessel. So we explained this, and then the all important inspection code. As you can see, it's very, very detailed with lots of flashcards and practice questions. And then lastly, the dedicated one module to pressure relieving devices and PMI, because not many questions come from this. And as long as you know the basics, that would be enough. And the highlights and flashcards are here. And then we brought 5 sets of mock exam package. So let's go and see what this is about. So we have a free test here, okay, and we have designed it according to the API's way how they test you. You can flag it off. This flag off button is very important, useful during the exam. So anything you are in doubt, answer the question because there is no negative marking, and you can go to the next one, okay? So same way you see the progress here, our mock exam questions are actually timed. So you can see the timer there. You should have a good time management here. Either, I think it's sufficient.